Google Ads versus SEO. In this video, I'm going to cover the differences between Google Ads and SEO, and in which case you should use either one of them or potentially both, because there are instances when both of them work together really well. So firstly, with Google Ads. So Google Ads comes with its own set of benefits. The main benefits when it comes to Google Ads are you get quick results because you can get your ad showing today, literally by the end of the day. If you set everything up and get it running, the ad could be up, and in theory you could be getting leads or sales today or tomorrow. When done right, Google Ads can convert very well and be profitable as long as everything's been done correctly and it's obviously in a niche that is actually going to be profitable. And you have more direct control over what happens with your Google Ads than you do with Google organic search. You're able to control exactly what the ad looks like, in theory what keywords it shows up for, and a bunch of other things as well, so that you know exactly what's happening and you can change it accordingly. Now with Google Ads, there are a bunch of downsides as well. Mainly the biggest one is that you're restricted by the size of your budget. So if you only have, $30 a day to spend on ads, it's only going to show your ad while you've got the $30 a day, and after that it's going to stop showing your ad. And so you're really limited by how much money you have to spend, because that's all you're going to get in terms of clicks. The other problem is that you get practically no long-term benefit from the Google Ads, because as soon as you turn your ad off, your traffic has stopped forever, and basically everything you did, it's as if you've gone back to zero. So you have to continuously keep spending money in order to actually get the results from the Google Ads. And at the end of the day, if you stop it or you run out of money or whatever happens, you don't get any benefit from all of that money being spent. Now, the other thing is you can only scale Google Ads by spending more money. So you can optimize your account and get better results, and that does work. However, you will hit a point where you're just now flatlining and you basically can't improve it anymore than where you are right now, and it is what it is. Maybe incrementally a little bit, but nothing major. So the only way to get more clicks from that point and then more sales or more leads is to just spend more money. And that will happen at some point. You will have to do that. Now, the other thing is it can be also expensive in some niches and make it unprofitable. So there are some niches that are extremely competitive and the cost per click is very high. And so to actually make Google Ads profitable is going to be very difficult. Usually it's not going to be profitable at all. And a lot of the companies that are running it just have huge budgets and are just trying to get customers or clients in through the door at any cost, basically, to make money off them on the back end. And that can be restrictive for businesses who don't have as much money to just pump into marketing like that, and it just won't be profitable. Now, SEO. So SEO comes with a lot of its own benefits. The main one being that you're not limited by the budget. So let's say, for instance, with Google Ads, what happens is, like I mentioned, as soon as you stop spending the money, so let's say you've spent $30 a day, you don't get the rest of the traffic that still appears that day. You just get how much you paid for, and then that's it. The thing with SEO is once your websites actually start ranking for a particular keyword, you're going to get all of the traffic that comes through that keyword. So you're never going to be capped out by how much money you have to spend on bidding for that keyword. The other thing is that your traffic will grow long term, and it won't just stop as soon as you stop paying. So that's the other big benefit of SEO. So unlike what I mentioned with Google Ads, where if you cut the ads or you stop the budget and all of a sudden you go back to zero, with SEO, what happens is you're optimizing your website. It starts showing up on Google search. You start gaining traffic. And even if you were to stop doing any SEO whatsoever and leave the website as it is, it will continue to get traffic, and in many cases will actually continue growing as well at a natural pace. And then at some point you will start a slow decline as your competitors start taking over. Google updates happen, things like that, and you will go down from there. So eventually it will cap out and then start coming down, but it won't just drop off overnight like it will with Google Ads. Now, the other thing is SEO will scale infinitely without you spending more and more money. So like I said, with the Google Ads, the only way to scale it is you have to just spend more money on the ads. However, with SEO, if you continue a consistent process every month, so let's say every month you're doing X amount of articles and getting X amount of backlinks, and you just do that continuously forever, you're just going to keep growing. So let's say at the beginning of month one, you've made like 5 articles and you got 1 backlink, and you do that for a whole year. Now you've got, at the end of the month, you've done that for 12 months, you've got 12 backlinks and 60 something articles on the website. So you'll be ranking for a bunch of different keywords. Now, if you do that in year 2, now you're going to have double that again. And if you do that in year 3, even more, and it just goes on more like that and compounds. And as you get bigger, you rank for more keywords, and that's how it scales infinitely, essentially, as long as how big your niche is, even without you having to spend more and more money to scale it like you would with ads. Now, SEO does actually have some downsides as well. The biggest downside of SEO is that it typically takes 6 to 12 months to see any significant results, which means if you you need results right now, SEO is not the option for you. Like if you need to get customers through the door in the next week, 2 weeks, or even month, it's not going to work. You're usually not going to see that kind of result that quickly from SEO. The other issue you have is that you don't have a lot of control over what Google does. So Google can place your organic listing wherever it wants in the search results. It can change the meta title or, the headline that shows up in the Google search results as well, depending on how it wants to. Basically, you have no control over what's happening. Google just does it all. So while it can be, let's say, manipulated in terms of SEO and optimized to get the result you want, you can't guarantee and directly control exactly what's happening. And sometimes you just can't do anything about what Google is doing. So you are at the mercy. Also, you're at the mercy of their constant updates, which can cause your website to drop because they decided to change the ranking factors overnight. So there are a number of things that Google decides to rank a website for, and a lot of the time when they do an update, they will just change that, and you could have been optimizing for the previous ranking factors. Now all of a sudden those things are no longer there, or that's not what Google wants to see, and bam, your website drops and you need to redo a lot of it. That is unfortunately the risk of SEO. Typically speaking, for most local businesses and so on, that's usually not a big issue. However, it is something to be aware of. It can happen and it is a risk. The last thing is that some niches can be very competitive and make it not worth doing. So there are some niches that are just extremely competitive. People are pumping a lot of work and effort and money into them. One of the stereotypes about that in the SEO world is the personal injury lawyers in New York. That's like one of the hardest niches to go after. So if you're like a small firm with a limited budget, you basically will never compete with them no matter what you do. It's just not going to happen. So that's something you need to be aware of as well. So now, when do you use each? When do you use SEO? When do you use Google Ads? So if you need quick results, like I said, now, this week, next week, this month, you should use Google Ads. As long as it's profitable in your niche, like you've had a look at it, you've done the calculation. I made a video on how to see if Google Ads are going to be profitable. You can go watch that video. If you have done that and you've determined it should be profitable, then running Google Ads, you should start seeing leads and money coming in within the first month, that as long as you've done everything correctly. Now, if you intend to run this business for the long term, you should definitely do SEO as well. Now, you can combine both of these, and a lot of the times I actually do this for clients, where you start running the Google Ads, which lets you get the quick results within the first month. You start getting leads, you start getting sales, and you make some money to get it rolling, and then you can start investing in SEO for the long term. So you use the ads to essentially shoot you up and get that baseline, and then from there you use the SEO to grow long term without having to continually spend more on ads. So for most businesses, this is actually the best option to take, and it will get you the quickest results while still growing your business long term and setting you up for the fact that you don't have to constantly rely on ads for all of your business. And I've used that with great success for many local service-based businesses, and it also works for e-com stores as well, the similar process. So that's basically it when it comes to SEO versus Google Ads. This is the overview of what you need to know. If you have any questions about any of this, put this in the comments below and I will actually answer them. Otherwise, if you'd like me to coach you on SEO and Google Ads for only $49 a month, go to learndominatemarketing.com. And if you'd like us to do the SEO or Google Ads for you or recommend which one you should be doing, go to dominatemarketing.io and book a call with us there. Catch you on the next one.